There's an octopus in this movie named Hank. He doesn't like children, he doesn't like to be touched, he wants to be left alone and away from everybody. I think I found my spirit animal. Hey guys, David here. So finally, after all these years, we finally got the sequel that we were looking for. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until 2019 to get The Incredibles 2, or somewhere around there, 2018, 2019. So we're going to have to settle with Finding Dory, the sequel slash spin-off to the 2003 original Finding Nemo, where we find our favorite forgettable blue tank Dory trying to find her parents after all these years, but of course her having short-term memory loss is going to make it just a little bit difficult. Now, the months leading up to the release of this movie in the summer, I didn't see that much marketing for it, so I was getting kind of scared that we were going to have another Monsters University on our hands where it's not bad, but it just doesn't captivate that heart and spirit of Pixar that we tend to have had in the past, particularly with that original movie. But I'm happy to say that Finding Dory is definitely one of the best Pixar movies in recent memory. I wouldn't say it overshadows the original, but definitely a step in the right direction for what to do with a spin-off and how to do that right. Because with Dory, you do have a great premise there where she has short-term memory loss. So obviously, just like the audience, she's going to be figuring out where she comes from, where her parents went, and why she has this condition, just like we are. And with that, Pixar is able to captivate the heart and the humor that they are known for, especially the humor. I feel like this movie is actually a little bit funnier than the original Finding Nemo, and there's like so many jokes interspersed throughout the movie that are just as much for the kids as they were for the adults. I was laughing so many times, more than I was expecting to, and that is well balanced with the heart from this movie, because just like Pixar always tends to do, they're able to capture those moments with the music and the atmosphere and the tone and the writing. They're able to capture great character moments, not only with our returning characters Dory, Marlin, and Nemo, but also some brand new ones that they're introducing here that could potentially be just as memorable. You got a beluga whale and a whale shark who help out Dory, and they were great together. You got these two sea lions who are neat, but of course their big highlight was trying to get rid of what seems to be a special needs sea lion, who I felt really bad for. I felt like they were bullying the little guy. I'm like, sorry, you're okay, you'll have your moment of shine. But for me, who I thought stole the show was in fact my spirit animal, Hank the Octopus, voiced by Ed O'Neill, who was terrific, and I felt like I wanted to see more of him. And I'm glad that they took the direction with his character, because I was scared that they were going to make him a villain, and fortunately they were able to give him an arc that was a bit more compelling than just being a villain for the movie. But of course, we can't forget about our main star, Dory herself, who Ellen DeGeneres is able to bring back to life. I mean, say what you want, you know, she's been doing her talk show all this time, and she's been pretty much herself in that talk show, so I'm glad to see that she still has it in her to play this other character and to deliver that kind of performance through her voice of making me care about this character who could have been annoying in any other property. Because of her short-term memory loss, she could be annoying by forgetting things almost instantly, but combining her humor and her delivery of lines along with the heart of her having this past that she can't remember makes for a very heartfelt story that is wonderfully told in this movie. If I had any criticisms with the movie, it would be that there are moments that the movie does piggyback off of that original, especially a couple scenes here and there where they are completely lifted from that first movie, especially the way that Dory and Marlin and Nemo kind of get separated. It's almost the identical scenario from that first movie. And besides that, I think they do also rely just a tad bit too much on the cute factor. Trust me, there's so many scenes where they are going to sell a shit ton of toys with how adorable some of these character designs are. I mean, I'm sorry to generalize a little bit, but most of the females around my area, including my girlfriend, were just eating it up and being sucked into it, and I'm not going to fall for that. I am not going to. Those eyes. And also, it might just be me here, might be in the minority, but I felt like the climax for this movie was just a little silly. And I know that's a very redundant remark considering that I'm talking about an animated movie with talking fish, but the majority of the movie, as well as that first film, were so grounded and so subtle and very classy with the writing that they were able to keep within the community of the fish and kind of separated from the human world, that the climax to me just stood out more and made me feel like I was watching more of a DreamWorks movie rather than a Pixar movie, because shit just goes ballistic in this climax to the point where they even play a licensed a song that you've heard many times before, and it just, that whole scenario kind of took me out of the movie just a little bit, despite having great animation and great characters. Is that I think they should have downplayed the climax just a tad bit. But besides that, I had a great time watching this movie, and I felt like this is one of the prime examples of how to do a sequel slash spin-off right, where you take a character and you find something interesting about him and just explore it more, rather than to just make a sequel for the sake of making a sequel. And for that, I give Finding Dory a high 8 out of 10. I can't believe I'm saying this about a Pixar movie, and I can't believe even more that I actually did this. But if you're a huge fan of the original Finding Nemo as well as this movie, when you're done with it, stay after the end credits. I didn't think I was going to stay as the end credits, but I was talking with my girlfriend about the movie, and before we were able to actually exit the theater, the credits ended, and there's a little something there waiting for you at the very end, so stay tuned. So if you have seen Finding Dory, please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Do you think that they should do any other spin-off from every past Pixar movie? What characters from there that were not part of the main cast should they make a spin-off to? And of course, I'm not going to ask what your most anticipated Pixar sequel is, because chances are, just like me, it's going to be Incredibles 2. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and share and comment on this video. Please subscribe for future reviews, and remember, just keep swimming.